All right, what is going on, everybody? We are back for our second matchup of the night. We've got a good one coming your way. We have Dissolved versus Flame here. Another good one. We're heading to the Challenger League. This one is already shaping up to be an interesting matchup as we have a couple of, I don't know if this is unprecedented, but these teams are actually only going to have one Challenger player on the field for both teams, according to what I'm seeing here. So it should be an interesting matchup for sure. I am joined by my good man and newly promoted manager, Magma. Magma, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing, Rockerman?
Dude, I'm doing great. Ready to get our second match underway. It should be, like I said, it should be another good one here. So I'm super excited to get this thing underway. But before we do, I know we're a little bit behind schedule, but Magma, what are you looking forward to in this matchup here?
I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing both of the Ember players, Helpful Fool and Johnny Boy Kills, see how they can step up, as well as how both KN and Slip can step up as well. Because all of these players are just very dynamic players who I believe all of them can play at a high challenger level despite what leagues they might be in. Because especially down in Challenger League, your rank doesn't always matter the most. It's really about how you're playing that day and how well you're going to play with your team and play for your team, opposed to playing for yourself.
Yeah, for sure. I would have to agree. Team always comes over individual. It's pretty hard to be a solo carry, especially in threes. Rarely do people pull that off. So going in right before we get this matchup going, I tossed up a voting chat. So get your guys' votes in for this matchup. I'll bring it to you, Magma. Dissolve versus Flame. I know we got the prospects subbing up here, so it's a little bit different than we're used to from these two teams. But who do you got in this matchup?
I'm gonna have to. I think. This is gonna be really interesting. It really throws you for a loop when you're not looking at normal rosters. I'm gonna have to go with Flame. I think Flame's just they're overall solid, despite past games and whatnot, because I'm pretty sure they've looked questionable in past series. But overall, I think they're a talented team. Dissolve's really good too, but I think I'm gonna take a pot shot at Flame.
All right, so Magma's going for Flame. I want to hear your guys' predictions in chat, so make sure you guys toss that vote, explain your predictions, debate it out in the chat. Who you guys got? Who you rooting on in this one? Let us know down below. And I think we'll get these guys joined on up here, and we'll get things underway here. So Dissolved versus Flame joining up right now. These two teams going at it here. Should be a good one. And looking at the rosters here, waiting at these guys to join up. I don't think they realized they didn't get the message. The message has not gone through. I just have to figure it out. I have to go message them.
They might be a little nervous. Under the lights.
Maybe we got Cynets out here. They better hope they can save the replays. You guys can. I got a message now. It's a little bit of a. They're nervous. They're nervous. That's what it is. We got to rack it up.
It looked like we had someone join. There we go.
I got it. I'll give them a reminder to save replays because they're subbing up. But anyways, let's get this thing underway. Second matchup of the night: Dissolve versus Flame. Get Dissolved over here in the blue with KN, AAA, 444, and Slipnada. So we talked about it. KN and Slipnada subbing up from Faded, the Prospect League team for Dissolve. And then Flame, we got Helpful Fool, F5 Bots, Y55, a name and a half right there. And then we got Johnny Boy Kills. So Johnny Boy and Helpful Fool, the subs up from the lower team of Ember. So definitely interesting roster. As we see a shot coming in, Slipnada with the first one there, and Dissolve, they're going to score first.
Yeah, I've seen really all three of these players in 6-man, stuff like that. I know they're all really solid, and I think we're in for a really good performance.
Yeah, for sure, and that's a good way to start out. So, and Meg, as we talked about with these subs coming up here, how much pressure do you think they're feeling? Subbing up for this, the higher ranked team as a challenger. How much pressure do you think they've got to be feeling right now?
I mean, they definitely have to be nervous. Actually, that's really interesting. Just thinking about because they must be nervous playing on Saturday Night Rocket League for a higher league than what they're used to. But at the same time, it's not really their record they have to worry about, so maybe that's a good way they could help stay relaxed.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting aspect to think about it. All the all the stakes have gotten crazy here on Saturday night. What would you expect? Uh, nothing less than that for this one, but love to see as this match goes on how if the nerves play a part in this one. As you see Dissolve back on the offense, but Johnny Boy gonna cut it out. KN trying to find the angle. Slimnata pops it up high. Ball coming back. Johnny Boy to the corner. AAA gonna catch that one, but Slimnata, he's jumping. He can't find the touch. A double commit comes out. Two players go from Flame as this one's sent down 2-on-1, but Johnny Boy able to deny the last opportunity. But the offense is still going there, and Dissolve, despite everything, they're still racking up some good offense here in this one.
Yeah, it's really interesting to watch. Like, you're seeing a lot of misses and stuff like that, but at the same time, this is well, it is the Challenger League, but majority it's prospect players, but well, I'm sure they'll step up once they get over their nerves and get more comfortable.
Yeah, and the thing to note about that, just besides the rank, a little bit of the rank difference is this could be the first time all these guys have played together. I know the prospect league players have played together, but sometimes just switching the lineup of playing with one or two new people can throw you off a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
This one's blocked up to the side. Dissolved still leading 1-0 here. 2 minutes remaining in game number 1. As KN back out in the midfield, good cutoff there. He'll push to the side. Helpful Fool over the top of one, trying to pass it down. It's across there. F5 looking for the shot off the corner. And Johnny Boy can't put it in, but a great opportunity for Flame. Probably their first real opportunity there. It was actually their first shot at that point, and it was a good one. Just couldn't quite convert.
Yeah, we almost had a real one in front of the blue net, but it looked like it ended up just falling out. Would have been even more interesting to see a 2v2 and with these stakes.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks like the net is open. KN's trying to race to it, but that one's blocked away. It's now Johnny Boy waiting on it. Subnauta sends it up high. AAA trying to get to it, just a little bit wide there. It's KN trying to keep this offense going, but Johnny Boy sending it down. Looking for this tie. This one's up. Subnauta, though, nice save, able to push it away to the side. That falls off the backboard. Comes out of the middle. Johnny Boy couldn't quite put it in. Another opportunity goes to waste, but they're still hanging on the offense here. But now Dissolved going to be able to get that one just over the top. But Flame, again, Magma, they're putting on some good offense. They just haven't been able to find the back of the net yet.
Yeah, you keep on seeing them rotate all the way back to their own back corner boost, which is like, while they're staying on offense, they just don't quite have enough of that goal-threatening defense or like offensive threat. So like they're just not able to really set up a really good opportunity to score.
And speaking of good opportunity, KN coming back down, able to put that one in and Dissolve 2-0 lead, only 17 seconds left.
Yeah, they were on offense for so long, it's a shame to see them overcommit and then let up an open net.
Yeah, tough play there, but Dissolve now taking the lead. AAA going back up, looking for the dunk there, but F5 able to put it to the corner. This falls out in the middle. Popped away, and as the final seconds tick down in game number 1, it looks like Dissolve, they are going to come out here and take game number 1 there. And maybe a little bit expected there. I know you kind of were predicting them Something I wanna talk on there. I know we talked a little bit about Faded, but Faded, they're one of the better teams in the Prospect League. So you've got to think that their subs they brought up, are definitely high quality subs.
Yeah, for sure. Again, both faded players that are playing right now are very solid. I've seen them in six mans and like I've seen them pop off. Really, I just think right now the biggest thing that Flame needs to do is just maybe calm down and just take a deep breath and just play their game and make sure that Dissolve doesn't have all the control.
Yeah, for sure. We see KN out here. He pulls off the MVP, coming in with the goal, and actually, surprisingly enough, the Prospect League players are the two players with the goals for Dissolve there, as we've got KN and Slipnauta coming in with both the goals there. Does that surprise you that AAA wasn't able to be one of the players to score, or do you think that Dissolved is just with their two players just that good?
It doesn't surprise me too much because you could also see that AAA 444 also had 2 assists, so he like ended up not giving, but inevitably led to the goal.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
yeah, you don't always have to be like the one scoring the goal to be the one carrying your team.
Yeah, for sure. You can create opportunities in a lot of ways, and definitely AAA. He did that in game number one, as you would expect from the lone challenger player. And as we head into game number two, they're going to be the ones with the lead in the series, 1-0. And looking at chat there, it looks like chat they're going with Dissolved in 3 to 4 games, so they're off to a good start here. We'll have to see if Flame can find an answer. It seemed like they were so close a couple of times in game number one. Let's have to see if they can get through in the second game.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder if it might be the 3 Dominuses on Zolf's side that's really turning the tide.
Hey, Dominus kind of overpowered there. It's got too much. I think, yeah, actually, 4 Dominuses on the field, 3 of them from Dissolve. So I mean, you never know. Was this one sent back? Flame gonna have to look to get on the offensive. You see F5 looking for the shot. He can't find it. AAA on the dribble, gonna flick it over one. Johnny Boy, last man back. He's gonna make the touch over to the side, looking for another one, but couldn't find it. AAA waiting on it. He can't find it. This one's over the top. Open net here. F5 putting it in. Yes, it goes in. F5 sending that one home. And Flame, they finally are able to get a goal on the net.
Yeah, I'm really happy to see him hit that open net. At first, I thought it was on a crossbar down and out, but it's really key for challengers and prospects to hit those, because if you can hit those every time, you're gonna win your games.
Yeah, that's true. Just capitalize on those opportunities. It's something, even sometimes in the higher leagues, in Rival and Titan, you've got to be able to capitalize on your opportunities, and especially like you said, more so in Prospect and Challenge. If you consistently capitalize when you have open nets or have good shot opportunities, you're going to be looking in good position. And speaking of good position, Slipnauta, great position off the wall, banging that one home, and we're tied up.
Yeah, that was just a really good shot. Caught the entire Flame defense completely off guard and just banged that one in the net.
A great shot from him, and tied it right back up, which is good to see there. It's now Dissolved, looking to keep that going. See if they get another quick one here. Is AAA just a little bit wide, trying to disrupt in the play there. Slipnauta sends it up high. Johnny Boy, he's gonna get to it first. This one popping back out. Johnny Boy again, sending it back in the middle. Slipnauta looking for AAA. Back to Slipnauta. No, goes just a little bit wide, but a good idea there. And that's something, that's something like to see challenger player and prospect player, maybe a little bit of chemistry already developing.
Yeah, for sure. That was just a really good passing play through. Flame kind of off balance, but here we see Slipnauta score without a passing play, really.
Yeah, nice angle right there too. Is F5 just couldn't get to that one. It was perfectly placed. Even hit off the crossbar there and got it into the back of the net. So dissolved now with a 2-1 lead. They got a, despite that first flame goal, they had a pretty solid answer so far.
Yeah, for sure.
This one's back out in the midfield looking for another one. It's off the crossbar. Follow-up opportunity. KN, he's off the crossbar. Follow-up again. Saved away. F5. The onslaught continues as KN, he's still hanging around, trying to be a nuisance. And that one finally going to go back, but tense times there in front of the Flame net.
Yeah, that was... Like, I thought they were getting scored for sure. Like, I had anxiety just watching them save it barely every single time, but all that matters is they kept it out of their net.
Yeah, they're still able to keep the 1-goal deficit for the moment, which they desperately need to pull back this game, as they do not want to have to attempt the reverse sweep. So F5 sends that one out. KN in the ceiling, it's going towards the net. Johnny Boy, he's going to catch it in the corner. Can't quite follow that one up. It's awkward there as this one's put across. F5 trying to race to it, half flips around. This one just hanging out in the corner there. No one wanting to challenge. Johnny Boy by one, looking for a pass, but nobody's there. AAA going to cut that one out. He can't find the touch there. As that one's sent back down. Slipknot across the field there. Johnny Boy sends it up high. A little bit awkward off the backboard. Slipknot is able to stay with it with no boost. AAA trying to stay along with that one across the midfield, but dunked by F5. Could be an opportunity here for Flame. It's straight down towards the net, but Johnny Boy couldn't quite read it. It's still hanging around, but Flame, another opportunity gone to waste there.
Yeah, they had the open net, but I think he kind of got nervous, jumped a little early, and then ended up inevitably missing the ball. But another open net.
Is it gonna go? It's hanging on the.
Oh my!
It's hanging on the goal line, but it doesn't go in. The tragedy for Flame right there, as they were unable to get it through, and the opportunities continue. They were really throwing all their tools at this one. As F5, he's back on it again, but that one is cleared away. Final 10 seconds here. Dissolve, they're back on the offense now, as that one's off the post. Was an open net there, but a miss comes out. Last chance for Flame. They're going to have to take this all the way down, full length of the field. Helpful Fool. He's able to save it away, but KN, he's trying to get the touch. He doesn't get it, just fakes it out. And Dissolve, after all of that pressure, again, they are going to pull off the victory, and they've got a 2-0 series lead.
Yeah, I can't believe that happened. I mean, they had multiple open nets in the last, 45 seconds of the game, and one was literally 3/4 in the net, maybe even more. But they just didn't have the pressure to finish that shot, and they ended up letting Dissolve just clear it away. I'm just shocked that we're not in overtime right now.
Yeah, that was definitely crazy right there. You don't often see that, especially to tie a game at the end there, where that ball was just hanging on the goal line. But, Dissolve, maybe a little bit of luck, maybe, just enough skill to put it by. And, they're really playing. They're, despite Flame keeping it close, it seems like, though, Dissolve, they've had a lot of pressure, and they're looking pretty solid right now.
Yeah, honestly, if I could have, seen one game of these two lineups, I definitely would have said Dissolved was going to be winning this. Dissolved is just really solid overall as a team.
Yeah, for sure. They've done a great job so far, and it's impressive though that Flame, they've kept it so close though. That's the one thing to look at here is how close these games have been, and like I said, with the two Prospect League players subbing up for each team, it's still impressive to me. I just find it impressive, how much chemistry there is and how well these teams are, able to find these passing plays. I know people solo queue all the time, but for league play games like this, able to find the passing plays and all that sort of stuff is, it's still pretty impressive to me.
Yeah, I've seen teams that if you were to just look at their numbers and who they are, you'd say, yeah, this team definitely wins. But then the team that everyone's sleeping on ends up having more synergy and plays more as a team, and then they just come out and stomp the other team. It's happened plenty of times in Nemesis. It's happened in really any league at every skill level.
Yeah, for sure. And well, we'll just have to see as we're heading into game number 3. Can Dissolved pull off the sweep, or can Flame pull off the reverse sweep here? We'll have to find out right here as both these teams are joining up here. Magma, if you're Flame here going into this game number 3 and try to pull off this reverse sweep, what are you trying to pull, or what are you focusing on heading into this one?
I think you mostly just have to keep a level head. Don't really think about the series score at all. You just need to see it as 0-0 and play your Rocket League. And good start. Very interesting goal.
Yeah, that one is definitely tough. Johnny Boy just pops it up. AAA 4-4. He's transitioned to the Merc, and that might be their curse there as he own goals that one in his net. Maybe talking a little bit too much in the stream chat there. Maybe we should be focusing on the game instead.
Yeah, it looks like he might be getting a little cocky. I don't think he'd ever be able to live it down if they ended up not winning the series at this point.
Oh, and he's going to get an answer back there. Okay, he's evened himself out now. Scored one goal in his own net, scored one goal in the other net.
Yeah, I'm sure he's listening to us at this point. And he heard us starting to say that it could be a curse and just puts one away.
A good answer there from him, able to send that one in. But yeah, like you said, they're although they're leading 2-0 in the series, if it turns out that Flame are able to pull this comeback, which they've been pretty close so far. They've been a goal or two away from winning both these first 2 games. So if they turn it on here and start connecting on some of these goals, Dissolve could definitely be in trouble here.
Yeah, there's nothing has really happened that tells you Dissolved has this series easily. Every game's been like within 2 goals at all times. It's been really close overall.
Yeah, it's close right now as we're tied 1-1 the start of game number 3. Dissolve, they're still holding on their 2-0 series lead, but Flame, they're definitely right in, and his F5 sends it down, looking for Johnny Boy maybe. But AAA cutting it off, sending it down. Helpful Fool, he's a little bit too wide, he can't get to it. Follow-up coming in, F5. Able to just clear it away. A little bit dangerous, though, is now Johnny Boy transitioning it back to offense. AAA able to send it down. It's going towards the net again. Johnny Boy has to race for the touch. He can't get it. It's off the post, but KN is there for the follow, and Dissolve takes the lead again.
Yeah, that was just a really unfortunate mistake. Misread the ball, or maybe thought it was off, or miscons. I don't really know what it was, but all he had to do was really hit it away, but wasn't able to do so, and then inevitably led to Dissolve scoring a goal.
And there was another touch right before that was dangerous. F5, I believe, barely got back to it to put it away. So, a tough couple times there for Flame. A couple of missed opportunities, and they're making a couple of mistakes. And something we talked about earlier is KN, another one. He's going off right now, but they're capitalizing on everything.
Yeah, at this point, I think Dissolved, they're confident, they're playing well, and you can kind of tell by their play style that they're really calm and almost seems like they're having fun. I wouldn't be surprised if they are having fun in their comms. They just don't look awkward or out of place at all. They just constantly look like they're doing exactly what they want to do.
Yeah, not doing exactly what they wanted to do is led them to this 2-goal lead here, 3-1 in game number 3. 1 game away from pulling off the sweep on SNRL Rocket League is that one. It's pitched away, but it's hanging up high here is now Helpful Fool. Gets 1 touch there. F5 and Flame, they're really trying to get this offense going. They desperately need to. It's got to be a good start here is now this ball's back across, going to roll up high. Johnny Boy with the block cross in the midfield. Slipknot just stops it in midfield. Looks like a back pass. AAA, he's up. Can he put over the last defender? It's dropped right down. Slipknot, open net for him. He puts it home. And a 4-1 lead now. Dissolved looking pretty dang good right now.
Yeah, I don't really know, or it's never impossible to come back, but right now, I think it's kind of over. Dissolve just has all the momentum in the world. They're not making any mistakes, and it kind of seems like Flame is really choking up, getting nervous, and they're just struggling to find their footing.
Yeah, they're definitely missing that little something, but 2 minutes still remaining. It's definitely possible if they can, if they can find that, but it's gonna be an uphill battle for sure. It's now F5 sending it down. AAA reading off the backboard into the corner. F5 again with a touch there. Helpful Fool out in the middle. Johnny Boy trying to get to it. That one's cut off as KN was looking for the pinch there, but couldn't find it. Is this one going towards the open net? And Helpful Fool, he puts one in. And all of a sudden, 2 goals down, 128 remaining. It's still possible.
Yeah, for at this point, I'm pretty sure if I did the math correctly, they need to score twice or once every 44 seconds or so, like roughly. But
good math.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if that was right. I think it was.
That was right. That was right.
Okay, good. That would be. I don't think I'd live that one down, but.
Dude, you're pulling some C money math over here. I remember he was doing the same thing. As this one's out of the midfield, another shot.
Oh my!
They are ahead of schedule now, Magma.
They are now. Instead of 44 seconds, they have a minute 07. But we've seen them in the same place. I'm pretty sure both games where they are down by 1 with not a lot of time left. They just need to actually convert their open nets and opportunities instead of choking up.
Yeah, and they've got a good opportunity to do so. It seemed like Dissolve, they might be, like you said, maybe feeling a little bit too cocky at this point. Now only leading by 1 goal here. Looking to take this series is AAA. He's on the dribble, pops it over 1. AAA staying with a good dribble there. He flicks it towards the net.
Oh, the Merc is overpowered.
Wow, AAA, what a shot right there. What a dribble. And
look at that flick.
Wow, that was beautiful right there. The Merc. Wow. So an immediate answer back, and all of a sudden, we're going to need some more Magma math here, but we have to score 2 goals in 48 seconds now. As this one's
half the time they had beforehand.
Yeah, pretty much. So they're going to have to find something quick here as this one's sent down. KN sending it back. F5 with a good cut. But AAA able to put in his own corner. This ball, it's sent back down. Slipknot with a mistouch. Could lead to an opportunity. Flame, they're going to have to score in this offensive possession if they're going to want a chance. The net is open. Johnny Boy too hard. And as that one goes to the side, just a mistouch there. Final 15 seconds, that one is sent down. Flame, they're going to need an immediate turnaround, but as that one goes away, final seconds tick down. Going to need to score 1 with at least a second remaining if they're going to want a chance. This ball's floating around here. Follow up, it goes off the post and stays in the ground and dissolved. They are going to pull off the 3-0 sweep.
Yeah, overall, I think that Dissolve just had way more control than Flame could really ever get, but to be honest, Flame didn't go down without a fight. They played pretty good overall. Yeah,
no, I thought with all things considered here, especially with all 3 of these teams, or all 3 of these teams, all 2 of these teams having to pull up a sub here. I think all in all, they for what it was worth, it seemed like the games were for the most part pretty close. I mean, Dissolved, they just had a little bit of that edge there, but like you said, it seemed like with the new prospects subbing up there, they were able to hold their own on both ends.
I mean, I would almost like to see KN and Flip play against some full challenger teams like that. Their team looked really solid, to be honest. I think they could beat a few of the teams at least. Definitely not the Drakes though. Drakes they would not beat. I'm gonna be honest.
The Drakes are a little bit overpowered, and actually the chat, the poll bot is reminding me that we forgot to say something before this game. Is that the match you guys voted for? You guys had a bunch of votes get in there, so good on you guys. barely squeaking out the win. We have Ascension versus Bishops on Monday nights. That's the first game for us for Monday night. So thank you guys for voting. We're going to get the next matches up in just a second. But before we do that, we are going to drag in for an interview. We've got the man, the Merc, the legend here. We got AAA 444.
Hello.
What's going on, man? We swapped to the Merc in that last game, and you had a pretty crazy flick right there. What was kind of going through your guys' minds? I heard you were watching the stream, so what was kind of going through your minds knowing you had the 2-0 lead heading into that last game?
I mean, before we were just kind of chilling for a bit, but then we realized we might have to try for a second. So then we started like popping off a bit, each of us, and we weren't missing most of our chances. So then we just capitalized on that.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's really important. You guys looked like you were just playing, and like you weren't really looking at it as Saturday Night Rocket League. You were playing like it was just another ranked match, which I think that's very important to have that mindset, because you guys just were able to stay calm and really just dominate that entire series.
Yeah, honestly, I wasn't really confident coming here, but I had to trust my teammates, and it worked out.
Yeah, it definitely did. And what was it like? I know we kind of touched on it on the stream. Having to call up two players to your normal lineup, the normal guys that you play with. They're not there, and you have to play with these prospect players who are coming up from the lower league. What was it kind of like having to pull them up and play with them in this match?
I mean, like obviously I had to trust them a bit, but I let them go attack a lot, and I was just staying back, being third man, trying to make passes just in case if they did screw up, I was back there to like pick up their mistakes. But usually, sometimes I just play with our prospect players. Every now and then, we just chill and play threes. So I was already kind of used to playing with them, but this just gave us more chemistry.
Perfect. Seems like everything worked out well. Congratulations on the win. You guys are moving on. I believe you're 5-3 now, if I'm correct about that.
Yes.
So yeah, you guys are looking good. Congratulations, and congrats on the win.
Thank you.
All right, so that was AAA 444 there from Dissolve. They're pulling out the 3-0 win, and some good matches out here tonight, Magma. And we've got to get into the players of the week in a sec. But what do you think before we get to that? What do you think overall about the matches that happened so far?
Really, both matches or series, very good matchups. Like, I'm gonna hop back to Wyverns versus Melons. Like, that matchup was just really, like, just what's the word? It was really immersive to watch. Like, you got into the match. And no matter what happened, you were like always on the edge of your seat, just like not knowing what's gonna happen next. Like, Wyverns, they really showed up. They looked like they were gonna pull the upset, but then Melons were able to like do what they do best and really just dominate the last two games and just like win it all.
Yeah, definitely. There were some good matchups for sure, and like you said, they're pretty solid overall. I definitely enjoyed the first match. I know we had a couple of issues to start it out, and we kind of finally kinked those out. Hopefully for you guys. But yeah, maybe you could talk a little bit about the standings and kind of what we're looking at right now. What kind of these matchups to set us up for, and maybe something that we could see going forward, because we're actually surprisingly we're almost to that time for all-star voting here.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the all-star voting for all leagues. Like, last season, I feel like you could have like kind of guessed what was gonna happen for who was all-stars, but this season, you don't really know who's gonna be all-star for really any of the leagues. Like, maybe like, yeah, this person's been performing really good every week, but like we're seeing a lot of all-star players like playing on stream recently. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if any of the guys on Melons were to play. Really, even some of the Wyvern guys, I think they could hold their own in that all-star game, as well as I kind of want to see Kayan and Slipnotica play in the Prospect All-Star League or All-Star game, because they've both were able to play really well in like a sort of challenger-ish lobby. But
definitely. No, yeah, there's definitely some great some great contenders in all of these leagues. So I'm definitely excited to see what the All-Star game brings. So that's gonna be coming soon for you guys. So just stay tuned about all of that. It should be some good voting there for sure. And I'm thinking I'll have to see. We're still in talks about the GM showdown, which is one of the things that I'm looking forward to. What we had last season, I was a little bit crazy last season, the whole GM showdown. But it should be another fun time going into this one. But I think we're just about to move into the player weeks. I'm just finalizing the stream voting for you guys, so I can get that up